Hi, and thanks for joining us on this episode of Into the Mystic Sailing. We're still on the Erie Canal. This week, we're going to be going from Newark all the way to Baldwinsville. It's about 55 miles in distance. Newark is a cute little town. This is where we stopped at some of the canal boats that you can see there. We were so tired when we got there. People recommended a pizza place. So we go to the pizza place, we get there, we order the pizza, and then we say, "What kind of beer do you have?" And the guy says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve beer." We were heartbroken, to say the very least. But we did find a brewery that would let us bring in pizza. So that worked out pretty good. We stumbled on the Hoffman Clock Museum. It is what they call a learning history museum of timekeeping. It's a very unique collection of different timepieces, over 400 clocks, watches, tools that were used in clockmaking. One of the things we learned as we were going through there is that these are not mass-produced pieces. So if your clock happens to break or if you have damage to it, someone has to custom whatever part was broken or isn't working anymore, all by hand. These aren't pull off the shelf kind of pieces. So really a unique place to visit. A lot of clockmakers have donated a lot of stuff to it. It's a free museum. If you're ever in the Newark area, it's well worth the stop for sure. This week, we're traveling about 55 miles. We're going to go through 4 locks, 2 in the Lyons, Clyde area, 1 just in Clyde, and then Mays Point, Montezuma. We're going to stop in Lyons just for a quick visit. We've heard there is a peppermint museum, which happens to be closed that day, but what we did find that was really unique was the Wayne County Jail and Sheriff's Residence. This is us going through the lock at Lyons. It's like all the rest. It's impressive. It's massive. It's an engineering marvel still. When we get into Lyons, you can go through the Wayne County Jail and Sheriff's Residence, learn about the history, some of the people who lived or visited there. They do guided tours. We were fortunate to have a history major who gave us a great tour. There's 3 floors, plus there's 2 stories of a carriage house out back that is just full, absolutely full of great antiques. Inside the jail itself, you can see the cells that people used to stay in. They were about 24 inches wide, roughly, for the beds, and then another 24 inches beside that. The last visitors, if you want to call them that, they left their drawings up so that you could see them. Normally, they would wipe them off once a year, but this one, they kept up the entire time because now it's just a jail. They had a public execution there before it was closed down, the only legal execution in Wayne County. So pretty amazing to be able to see it. Lots of great information, of course. Just a really cool place to be. If you're claustrophobic, you don't want to be in those cells because they're pretty small, that's for sure. one of the great things about traveling on the Erie Canal is that you get to meet people from all different walks of life, but you have an instant connection with because you have such similar interests and such similar experiences. We're all doing the canal, either all or parts of it. We got to meet Frank and Chris on Halara motor vessel, and we decided we were going to spend the night at Lock 26. So just beyond the lock, there's just an open wall and a large grass area there. They're on a motorboat. We tied up behind them. Lenny is the lockmaster there. So as we were going through the locks, we're just kind of chit-chatting with him. We realized it's our last lock of the day. And so I said to Lenny as we were going through, hey, any chance you'd give us a tour? Could not have been nicer. Lenny had been working on the locks for 25 years and took great pride in it. Showed us the inner workings of how the lock works and the electronics and the maintenance and the gears and all of the things that go into it. You'll hear him talk about it, or you'll get to see it at least in action. It's an incredible thing to see how much pride is taken in these locks. Again, this is lock number 26. The paint looks like it's just been done. It's a constant thing for maintenance, and they take a lot of pride in it. And we were fortunate to be able to stay there. So Frank and Chris, we stayed there that night. We made boat drinks. We sat out under the stars and kind of caught up with each other and where you from and where you going and all of that kind of stuff. Just a really nice way to spend a pretty relaxing evening. We make it into Baldwinsville, New York. You park just on the west side of the lock, and you can see the waterfalls. As soon as we pulled up there, these nice folks came over, helped us tie up. Scott and Sarah on K Sarah, a big giant 48-foot catamaran sailboat, met us, invited us to dinner. This is us going out to dinner with everybody. They have been such great friends ever since. They keep in touch. We were fortunate to be able to meet up and see part of the show for Flotsam, coinciding with the 200-year anniversary of the opening of the canal. The circus traveled the entire length, and on September 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, they're wrapping it up in New York City. And this is part of what you see. This is the people that we actually started with in the Black Rock Canal long time ago when we first started. Before we even got into the canal, we locked through with them several times and just have been kind of hop, skipping, and jumping with them all throughout. And it was nice to be able to see their show. We actually meet up with them in another city, and we take a picture. You'll see that a little bit later in some other episodes. But watch. This is all done on the water, and the boat's moving. There's, wake, there's wind, there's a little bit of boat traffic. It's really incredible what they can pull off on the water.
Mom, is this a lake?
That's not right.
Mom, is this a lake?
It's already It's a pontoon. What are they doing?
Mom, is there any fish?
This is SK Marina. This is right before you cross the 20-mile Lake Oneida. Very shallow. Obviously, with our mast on deck, it creates a different balance issue. The morning we go to leave, it's extremely foggy, so we have to delay our start time for a few hours. But this is the last long jump that we're going to make across an open body of water without a mast up. So that's what it looked like the morning that we left SK Marina to cross Lake Oneida. Guys, I really appreciate you watching and subscribing and sharing all of your comments. They mean so much to us. Join us next week as we continue on our journey on the Erie Canal.